Well, it's a real honor and a treat to be back in this great city for the second time participating in the NCAA Tournament. I'm bringing a very good team here. I look forward to seeing them compete again as they have done so very well throughout the season. We've got our hands full, needless to say, with a very fine Arkansas Razorback team. But again, we'll look forward to coming over and strapping it on and competing for our college, our league, and the great city of Spartanburg.
If you have a question, raise your hand. We'll get a mic to you. We'll start in the back left. Name and affiliation, please.
Todd Summers, WSPA Spartanburg. Coach, your game time is going to be about 10 p.m. tomorrow. Are the guys going to be watching the other games that start at noon, at 2, at 7? And what do you do to kind of pace them along when your game starts so much later than what a lot of your other games do?
Yeah, I think Todd, that's something we're still talking about. And I don't want too much time in that hotel and the nervous energy, and we've got to be ready to go when the thing goes in the air at 10 o'clock. But it's been a really unique year. We played our first game of the year in 10 p.m. Pacific, flew back across country 3 nights later, we played our next game against Iona as part of the marathon of basketball at 7 a.m. We played our first round tournament game at noon. So we've played, at a lot of different times. We've played well at a lot of different times. So, our charge is to, again, keep them comfortable, keep them engaged, but let's not wear them out or bring them over here and they're sluggish. And again, those are, conversations that we continue to have, and we'll rely on the captains as much as anything. What Cochran, Skinner, and John Swinton feel like, we need to do, that's what we're going to do.
Other questions here on the right?
Hey, Coach. Bob Holt, Arkansas Democrat Gazette newspaper. I'm sure you're aware of the 5-12, the history of that. I think all but 3 out of 30 years, a 12's won, and often more than one has won. Just what do you make of that, and is that something you talk to you guys about? Does that give you some added confidence?
It's not something I talk about. They're aware of it. I don't think that has any effect. It's going to help us at all. Bottom line is, if you're a 12 seed, you got a pretty good basketball team. That's why the 12 has had success against the 5s. There's been a lot of 12s that have been really good. So I don't think it has any added significance for Wofford. Other than we earned from mid-November to present that seed, and we come over tomorrow with a darn good basketball team, ready to play a good ball game.
Other questions here in the front left?
Hey, it's Carline with the Florida Times-Union. Mike, how do you deal with Portis's length and size?
I'm not real sure. That's something else we're continuing to talk about. That's difficult. You don't do it with one. Now, you play the people that we've played. We have seen other, very good front lines. We have seen other very good players. Bobby Portis is terrific, and we're going to have to guard him with 2. We're going to have to, put him in a beehive, as we oftentimes reference in our, in our practices. When he catches it, we've got to send a couple at halfway. If he floors it, we dig on him a little bit. But I'm as concerned about him on the offensive glass as I am anything. But, the more you watch him, you see him lead the break. You see him step out and make a 3. You see him, do some things that strike you as a, as a small forward as much as a, back to the basket post guy. He is ultra talented, and we certainly have our hands full with him. He's the SEC Player of the Year. I mean, that says about all you need to know about Bobby Portis. He presents some, difficulties for our defense, but if you look into our numbers at all, that we've got a pretty good outfit in that on that end of the floor. So we'll have them ready to go when we begin tomorrow.
Far right, Coach.
Coach Mark Doe for WYFF
Hey, Mark.
out of Greenville, South Carolina. You guys have been to the tournament quite a bit recently. What would it mean to you personally, having been at Wofford as long as you have, to finally bring that school their first NCAA tournament win?
I may just shut it down. I may just start running back to Spartanburg. It would be unbelievable. And what an accomplishment for this team. And in the private moments, I think of the things this team has done and this group of people have done with Lee and John and Carl. Just another feather in their hat as they wind down their career for us. Easier said than done. It's hard. The other times we've been here, that's what, there are a lot of things that make this tournament experience great. You're going to play somebody really good, and tomorrow happens to be Arkansas, and but to do that would obviously be a very special accomplishment for our program and our college.
We'll go here in the middle, and I'll get to you next. It's coming around behind you. Sorry.
Hey, Coach, Arkansas's calling cards, obviously their pressure defense. They want to speed people up, turn them over, make them uncomfortable. How well equipped with a veteran team do you feel like you guys are to handle that?
Well, you better have solid guard play, and we do, and we've got a lot of them. Carl Cochran's the leader of the pack, but Spencer Collins has put together yet another very good year for us. And Eric Garcia from Denver, Colorado is one of the finest, kids we've had back there. They do come after you. That is their calling card, if you will. We're going to have to, be basketball players and move to proper spots and pass the ball sharply and run through balls and get to the half court and do the things that we do well and hopefully get a good shot every time down there. But this team has been exceptional in taking care of the ball and taking great shots. Added challenge with Arkansas's length and the things that Coach Anderson will employ, but we feel like we have a good plan, and we've been in a lot of different situations through the year, and we think we'll be just fine.
Back left corner, Coach.
Hey, Coach. Matt Connolly, Fox,
Matt.
Carolina. Having been here several times now and as recently as last year, do you feel like you guys are maybe more comfortable and confident than if this is your first time being here?
Oh, yeah, certainly. Certainly the experience a year ago is something that we can draw upon. I've said before, I can, impress upon them that this is another game and one at a time and all that coaching stuff, but at the end of the day, it's not another game. This is the NCAA Tournament, and maybe we were a bit wide-eyed and in awe of everything that goes along with this experience a year ago, but to bring most of that team back intact and to run out to a 28-6 regular season record, go to Asheville and win 3 straight, beat NC State on the road, come in here for this tournament. I certainly hope we're in a much better frame of mind and understand the magnitude of what we're doing, but let's go play. Let's go play the game. And if we do that as we've done throughout the season, we'll be just fine.
On the right again, Coach.
What's this season been like for you personally, watching this team that was favored to win the conference during the regular season, the 1 seed and this team delivered all along what's that like for you as a coach for those guys to kind of, thrive under that pressure, I guess?
Magic carpet ride. They absolutely as much fun as I've ever had. 29 years and walking onto that practice floor every day. I felt like a first-year head coach, a first-year coach with just great guys, high-character people that have made it a great deal of fun, not only for me, but for, our community and our fan base and, all the little guys that come to our games and come in the locker room after wins. They've made it a special one, and I am so appreciative of them. I've also said, winning is hard at this level. Winning's hard at any level. And if you're dealing with stuff, if you're dealing with guys missing class and guys not doing the things that they're supposed to do and not being good citizens on campus, that interferes with coaching and winning. And this team has been about the right things from day one. They have been about winning the next game and representing the college in a class fashion, and they make it just great fun. And to be able to do this, to culminate with another trip to the NCAA Tournament is beyond description for me as their coach, and a thrill to be here again, a thrill to be here with this team, and we're fired up.
We've got time for a couple more. We'll go here on the right.
Coach Todd Shaughnessy, Spartanburg Herald
I
Journal.
know you.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to see you. Where's your Grateful Dead hat?
Can you talk more about Garcia, his importance tomorrow, and also his progression back to 100%? When did he get that to that point?
And, I'm not sure. I can remember saying something to DK, my very fine assistant, Dustin Kearns, that he looks to me like he's approaching 100% again. That was probably late January. For those of you that don't know our team as well, he had his jaw broken in a game at West Virginia, December 22nd. And through clenched teeth, he had his mouth wired shut on Christmas Eve about 9 o'clock. I asked his mother to call me when he came out of surgery, and I could hear him in the background. I want to play against Duke. He's a tough dude. And he played against Duke, and he played very, very well. And unfortunately for him and our team, he rolled an ankle against VMI not long after that. So that sets him back. He misses 3 games. And John Swinton and Derek Brooks did a great job for us. But, we got him back after 3 games. We went 2-1 in that stretch, which was significant. And that's what good teams do. They, next man up, and they did it. But Garcia came back and, kept going and kept getting a little bit better. And, he caps it off with another unbelievable performance in Asheville. He is, and the Skinners and all those guys are, what this thing has been built on. Tough guys, team guys. And he probably came back a little too early, to be honest. And I was worried about that. But they're about the right stuff, and I admire them for it.